This morning I'm going to do a regional dish to North Staffordshire, and that's Staffordshire Oatcakes. I was a little apprehensive when requested to do these because there are so many experts locally, so I'm hoping that I can do these justice. I would like to say a big thank you to the founder of Leak TV for giving me airspace and requesting that I do this local dish. Years ago, well nearly 40 years ago, I was given this recipe when we had a bakery local to us. And as you can see from the writing, this has been handed down many moons before that. Now here are the ingredients that we will be using today, and that is 8 ounces or 225 grams of fine oatmeal, 8 ounces or 225 grams of strong white bread flour, 3/4 of a pint or 425 ml of warm water, 3/4 of a pint or 425 ml of warm milk, a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 7 grams of dried yeast and vegetable oil for frying. Okay, right, we shall start making them. In goes the flour, the oatmeal. It's really easy to do. Now last week I made these in the mixer. I forgot that I'd left the mixer on full and I ended up wearing it. Teaspoon of sugar, teaspoon of salt, mix these dry ingredients and then add the yeast, 1 packet. If you were going to do these in a mixer, you would use the whisk attachment, but for those of you that haven't, it's easy enough to do by hand. And then I've got a mixture of warm water and warm milk, and if you put your hand in, it should be blood heat. Like so. Start it off first with a spatula. Make sure that you're incorporating everything. Then go in with the whisk and just whisk to get rid of all the lumps. Only takes a few seconds, a bit like if you were making Yorkshire pudding. And here in Staffordshire we would eat these oatcakes with sausage, bacon, sort of breakfast items. Some have been known to have them with syrup. You can add cheese to the sausage and bacon, and recently we had them for dinner with fresh asparagus and cheese with a poached egg on top, and they were absolutely delicious. Now you can see this mixture here, it's quite runny. All the lumps are out, and I'm going to cover this with a clean cloth and we'll leave it for 45 minutes to allow the yeast to work. Like so, and just leave it in the kitchen and you'll see a little bit later that it'll come all frothy and nice. Okay, 45 minutes has passed. We'll have a look at the mixture, see how we're doing. Oh, as you can see, this is nice and frothy. So let the fun begin. I've got 2 pans warming on here, and what I'm going to do, I've got some vegetable oil. I'm going to dip some kitchen paper in, just rub around the pan. We just need a light covering of oil. I've got cooling wires here ready to put the oatcakes on. And now we're going to ladle, give it a stir. This is doubled in size. Give it a stir again. on, spread it round. I've sort of perfected it by using this spatula to get it nice and thin. And of course it depends what size you would like your oatcakes. And then, similar to when you're doing pancakes, when you can see that the top has sort of dried, flip them over, and I would say it only takes 30 seconds to a minute to cook. This one is just beginning to dry here, and I think this one's possibly ready. Turn it onto the cooling wire, let it cool down properly. We're going to oil again. Need a bit of a production line going here. This one ready. And I don't know if you can see on my hob, the setting I've got is number 6, so it's fairly warm. Or should I say hot? But you don't want them too hot so that they burn. This is a baby one for the children. And then we'll just continue to cook until we've used up all the mixture. It's difficult to say how many you will get because it depends on the size of your frying pan, how thickly you make them. It'll make a dozen or so at least. This one's ready for turning. And I'll just continue now to cook these, and then we'll come back to you a little bit later when we've got them all done. Okay, here we have the finished Staffordshire oatcakes. I've managed to get 21 of varying sizes. I don't suppose for 1 minute I would get anywhere on Bake Off because of the inconsistency of size, but I'm sure that if any of the judges were to come and sample these delights, and also the lovely hospitality of our hometown of Leek, we would win hands down. So I've managed to get 21, as I say. Leave them on the cooling wire to go completely cold, and then stack them up, bag them. They freeze very, very well indeed. I forgot to mention earlier, baked beans and cheese is another one of the ideas that you can have with these, but we will show a little bit later ideas of serving for those of you that aren't local. I do hope you enjoy these.